Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Somewhere between science and superstition.
We have such sights to show you.
Strange Eons. Welcome to Strange Eons Radio. That is Eric, as you can see, right over there.
Whoa. Oh, shit.
And that is Vanessa right there in front of you.
Hello.
And I'm Kelly. Wow, guys. First time setting up the camera, and
Yeah.
I already don't like this.
It
It's
is
so
weird.
like non-threatening though. It's just like it's really not like
Yeah, it's just,
freaky. It's not too distracting.
it's not a big old red over there with a
No.
giant
Yeah.
lens or anything.
Exactly.
Eric's very familiar with women saying your equipment is not threatening.
Yes.
Woof.
It helps when you go for alternative options.
Oh my god.
Today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Charles Dexter Awards, which is our version of the Academy Awards. But before that, I'll just clue you guys into something. I had a wonderful time last night. I went down to the old El Gaucho building, which has become the Crocodile. That's the new Crocodile.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
It's got 3 clubs in it, and I went to the smallest club, which is down around the corner in the alley, and it's called the Hereafter. It's one of the old theaters they used to have down there, the big picture.
Yeah.
And I saw Joe DeRosa live, who is one of my favorite comedians. First time he'd been in Seattle, and I don't know, first time I'd ever seen him. First time he'd been in Seattle in 20 years or something.
Cool.
And it was so much fun.
Good.
Seats were
Aw.
comfortable. The place was packed. He was filthy and angry, and I loved every minute of it. He came out basically and said, I have to tell you all, this is a 100% negative show. There are no good feelings in this. I'm just going to talk about everything that pisses me off in the culture and our country right now. And then he proceeded to do that for an hour and 10 minutes, and I laughed my ass off.
Aw.
Nice. Sounds like I'm not familiar. The name sounds familiar, but I don't know if I know his comedy too much. Sort of sounds like, but it made me think of the another version, Lewis Black,
Yeah.
who is really angry for like 5 minutes, and we went and saw him live, and he is not good for an hour and a half
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
because he just doesn't maintain that wonderful vitriol. I mean, maybe he did 20 years ago, but
Yeah.
he does not do what that sounded like that guy did.
Yeah. He's got 2 podcasts. One of them I don't watch, but I think that's the popular one called Taste Buds, where him and another comedian just talk about food and argue about which food is better.
Oh, okay.
God. Okay.
And then he's got one called We'll See You in Hell that is very funny, and it's it's a pop culture podcast, and they talk about film and movies and television and all
Nice.
that. So it was really neat.
Nice.
I really wanted to talk with him afterwards because, as some of you may know, I have a small press publishing company, and I know that he has been interested in writing horror, and he has written
Oh.
some horror pieces that have shown up in like Penthouse and stuff like that. And I wanted to hand him a couple of books and say, hey, I would really love to publish you. But he got out of Dodge quick as soon as the show was over. I wonder if he offended at least one person with every joke,
Sure.
because he makes fun of everybody. So, not me. I laughed the entire time. Even when he was making fun of me, I laughed.
Aw.
Well, he's pissed. He had to get the fuck out of there.
Yes. Yes. But he's also from, I think he's from Philadelphia.
Oh, sure.
And he's had it up to here with woke, and especially woke Seattle. He comes on and he goes, I was really trying to get here while you guys were still cool. But he didn't make it.
Oh dear.
That's okay. You can go back to Philadelphia where they eat horse poop when they win the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
he hates Philadelphia too.
Whoa. What? Whoa.
Oh, you didn't know that one? Yeah.
No.
Granted,
Well,
I'm sure it's just one guy, but once you get one guy to do that and it gets caught on camera,
then all of a sudden you're Florida.
This is so weird because we are set up a little differently than normal, and so I'm used to looking where the camera is and seeing Vanessa there.
mm-hmm.
Now I'm over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Stop ignoring me.
It's got to be nice for you. You've been looking at that Creepshow poster for 5 years. So.
But I enjoy reading it because it's in a foreign language, and it gives me something to like really focus on at times. So,
When she's
but
sick
it
of
is.
listening
Bored.
to us.
I mean, when I'm definitely paying attention to everything that you guys are speaking and hanging on your every word. But now I can look at the kitchen. So,
Ah,
I mean,
Yeah, lots of stuff.
not to give anything away. Your beautiful tiki collection is going to be
Aw.
the next thing I'll really hone in on.
it is nice.
Yeah. See?
A lot of rare bits there. Hey, you guys, I saw some television before we get into the Charles Dexter Awards. Should we do our
Ooh.
regular round
Yeah.
robin and talk about stuff we saw?
Yes,
Definitely.
please.
I saw a movie on Netflix called Damsel.
Oh, I saw that.
You saw the movie?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it very much.
I thought it was pretty neat. Yeah.
I was a little surprised, first of all, that it was 2 hours and 10 minutes long, but I guess that Netflix probably woos these directors by saying, we're not going to ask you to cut anything for time.
Right.
That's right.
This can be as long as you want. And the first 25, 30 minutes of it, I was like, this could have been condensed a lot.
Yeah, that first section is a little hefty. And I honestly don't even remember that much other than like, I'm off to be like betrothed. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, Eric, if you're not familiar, this
I'm
is
not.
this has got Millie Bobby Brown from
Oh,
Stranger
okay.
Things, and she is a princess in a far off land, and their land is not doing very well, and she is then she's got an arranged marriage with a prince from a wealthy land, and he's going to take care of their family and all that stuff. Well, turns out that she's being married into this family as a sacrifice for this dragon that they have to deal with yearly or generationally, maybe.
Yeah, I couldn't quite work out how often they were.
Because
Is it like every year he has to pretend to get married to people? Or is it like every,
Wow.
50 years? They might have said.
so I thought it was going to be kind of fairy tale-ish
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
this, and it turned out to be the dragon is scary as fuck, and
Yeah.
she talks.
Yeah.
And she's evil. I mean, she's just like, I can
Oh,
smell you, and all this stuff. And I was like, geez, this dragon is scary.
I think it's that Iranian actress from 24. I think she was in one like third or fourth season of 24.
Okay.
She's got this
Oh, yeah.
cool, and she's in The Expanse as well. She has this cool, raspy,
Yes.
like voice. So
She's in a lot.
she's in a lot of stuff. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that was her because it was such a cool decision though.
Yeah. And then the rest of the movie is Millie Bobby Brown trying to die hard her way out of these caverns
Yeah.
while this dragon is after her, but also everything in the cavern is horrible and can hurt her. And she gets injured pretty brutally in
She
some
does.
places.
Oh my
I
God.
was, at the end of it, I was like, this is a really serious sword and sorcery movie.
It really was. And like what you were talking about with the injury it was brutal because never before have I been like, fuck man, dragonfire is basically just magma being tossed in your face.
Yeah.
And like she's dealing with these huge, horrible burn wounds. And you're just like, oh fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
And she was really good.
She was, yeah. Millie Bobby Brown, a lot of these, actors who are really good in one thing, you never know if they're actually any good.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I mean, I saw her in that Sherlock Holmes thing, and she seemed okay in that.
Okay.
And this one, I feel like she sold it a little bit even further. I feel like she does have some good chops
I do
behind her.
too. And she
Definitely.
clearly has some kind of development deal with Netflix.
She sure does.
Yeah.
She's gonna
Good for
she's
her.
gonna slide on through the Netflix train.
I will say she's 20 years old now, and man, she has grown up to be beautiful.
Yeah.
How do you know that when you're casting like a 12-year-old girl in your series?
Oh, they had no
Because-
idea. They shaved her head. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
because
Good point.
12 years old.
Yeah.
You could be good looking or ugly, and you're not going to be either of those things at 20.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's British, so it's even more of a, crapshoot.
Wow.
You really don't know which direction it's gonna go.
Sorry about that.
I lived there for 10 years. So
Damsel.
I can say shit like that. Damsel, absolutely.
Fine.
Well, I saw something recently that hopefully you guys have caught. Maybe you haven't yet though. On Hulu, a new series called Shogun.
Read the book, seen the original miniseries, but I have not
Ah.
watched any of that.
Yeah, and I haven't watched this new version either.
Oh shit, it's so good.
Okay.
It's so good. I mean, because Hulu, just like with Amazon, it's not clear whether or not the thing you're about to watch is any good. And so
That's true.
I was very prepared to potentially be very upset by it. But it's been incredible, like absolutely incredible. I haven't read the book. I didn't even know there was another miniseries of it, but
Oh, yeah.
really fascinating. They did a really strong casting choice. They got, you know how we joke that Logan Marshall Green is like a carbon copy of Tom Hardy?
Right.
Well, the guy who stars in this is just the third version of the
man.
carbon
Oh.
copy. He's the next layer down. So you're watching him going, man, you look so much like Logan Marshall Green, who looks so much like Tom Hardy.
Multiplicity
Yes.
becomes real.
But no, it's just really fun acting choices. They've got some just great actors in there. Really good, cool, fun characters. I've just been having a great time watching it. So.
And
Wow.
remind me, this is the origin story of Shogun Shonuff from The Last Dragon.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
It is. Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely. Chopsticks and all.
That's
Okay.
right. The James, what is it? James Carvell wrote a 1,200-page book about that.
Oh, James Clavel. Right.
Clavel. Yes, thank you.
Right. So not that.
No, probably
Okay.
not.
Well, that was embarrassing.
You never know.
No.
All right. I went back a little bit. Like, there's a few Walter Hill movies I haven't seen in a really freaking long time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I watched 48 Hours.
Oh, okay.
Still pretty damn good.
Hmm.
It's a little less Walter Hillish feeling than some of his stuff. It feels like him a little subdued. But it sure does focus and bring to light the casual racism of 80s movies where your
Oh.
lead hero is saying really racist stuff to your other lead hero, and it's whatever.
Oh dear.
Although it does lead to reconciliation later on.
Right.
But it's pretty damn good movie. There's some great, and there's at least one incredible scene for Eddie Murphy in the redneck bar
Right.
where he's pretending to be a cop and messing with all them. Incredibly well done. It's good. It holds up fairly well.
Nice.
Okay. Is that streaming anywhere? You own that?
That was Paramount Plus.
Okay. 48 hours. I rented a movie, and I guess I can warn you guys against doing the same. It was called Argylle.
Oh no.
I was so looking forward to that, and then I was not.
Like I liked the look of the trailer. It looked pretty fun, but
Well, and it's the same guy that did The Kingsman
Yeah.
and Kick-Ass, so I like those movies. And I will say there's a lot to like in this movie, but it is really dumb. And this might be an unpopular opinion. Bryce Dallas Howard would not have an acting career if her father was not Ron Howard. She is a bad actor.
She's
She's
not
a good
my-
director,
yeah.
but a bad actor. And she was really bad in this. And the problem is she's acting against Sam Rockwell, who is my go-to in any movie.
He's
Great
very
actor.
good.
Yeah.
He's very good.
And she brings him down to her level.
Oh no.
Oh,
So
shit.
he's bad in this, and the script is bad, and it's really stupid. It's about a woman who writes spy novels, and then she has gotten too close to what is actually happening in the spy world, so they're going to try and take her out.
Romancing the Stone.
Very similar. Yeah, and so Sam Rockwell is the agent that's been tasked to protect her. And it just, there are some funny moments, and there's some great fight scenes, as you would expect from,
Sure.
what's his name, Matthew Vaughn.
Mhm.
But otherwise, just really, really bad.
Well, I know from an interview that the cat in it is based off Matthew Vaughn's cat. So.
The
Oh, well.
cat,
There you go.
probably the best actor in the movie.
Oh,
And that's funny
no.
because I thought it was a CGI cat, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's a CGI cat that's like just mirrored off of, using footage of his kitty.
Scanned
Right.
their kitty. Put him in one of
Argyle.
those little green suits with ping pong balls on them.
Yeah. Your mileage may vary with this film, but I would say watch at your peril.
It is currently 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. I saw pop up someplace. So
No.
That can't be true. It's certainly not that bad.
it had some debut at 0. It may have gone up since then, but
Wow.
it started
Whoa.
off
That's-
really bad.
No, I
Well,
feel bad.
I'm not talking about this movie, but
Hold
it
on.
led to the.
Does she get to
Oh,
say
yeah,
something?
It's fine. I don't have to talk.
You have to talk.
So one thing I did want to talk about, though,
Yeah.
Eric, was I saw the Netflix most recent adaptation of Avatar, or I've seen as much of
Really?
it as I care to watch
Oh
at this
no,
point.
this is the live action of the anime.
Yeah. Look, if you're really Airbender curious, just fucking watch the cartoon. It's so good. It's so good. And if you're like, but I've already watched the cartoon, I want to check out the live. Watch the cartoon again.
Oof.
So much better.
Ouch.
This just takes the best parts of the cartoon and tries to carry it, but live action is not the place for it. There's a lot of exaggeration you get in the cartoon, a lot of humor out of that sort of almost anime style, and it just does not work. Every time you see the cabbage guy, you're like, I wish this was funny. The costumes, while they might be close replicas, they're way too clean, and they look kind of like not like the Disney store version where you buy like the Cinderella dress for your 5-year-old, but kind of like the Etsy version where you spent like an extra $100 and somebody sewed it and sent it over to you. The costumes look real fucking fake.
Wow.
So the acting is also not very good, except for, a couple of people in there are all right. But for the most part, all the kids are pretty miserable to spend any time with. So
Wow.
yeah. So Avatar.
It must be quite the popular anime because they keep trying to do it in other versions and failing miserably.
Yeah, and it's sad too because actually, if you are really like excited by the anime and need more out of it, they had the same, I think, writing team created a series of comics that continue on after the show ends, so you can get your kicks that way instead of fucking whatever this is. And Netflix already renewed it, I think, for 2 more seasons. So
Damn.
I am sorely disappointed in the entire situation. I'll just watch another season of Love is Blind. Thank you very much.
There you go, whatever you can. Well, I continue on in the grouping from your original suggestion. I'm not talking about this movie, but the movie it led to. But briefly, Wonka is fucking fabulous.
Isn't it?
Yay!
My God, it is
Yes!
just a joy to watch. It is so painfully British.
Yeah.
And I've seen Paddington 2, but I haven't seen the first Paddington, and it's
Yeah.
very similar style and
Yeah.
feel. Definitely has that look. He's kind of not quite Wes Anderson, but boy, he has a look
He
for his
does.
films. But yeah, totally cool. And I enjoyed it so much. I'm like, what is this movie? Bunny and the Bull. I haven't seen that one. Let's check that out. It's one of his earlier films. Not as good because he's
Really?
still learning.
Yeah.
And I loved it for about 40 minutes because
Oh.
it's stylistically really cool.
Which person are you talking about? Is this
The director.
Oh, the director. Okay, so it's not Timothy Chalamet.
No.
Okay.
And he, the storyline is there's a guy who's got, was it agoraphobia, where you can't go outside? And it's basically the story of how he got there. And told in flashbacks as he looks around his place and finds stuff. So it starts off quite wonderful. It's really interesting. The actors in it are all good. I looked them up and they all have tons of experience. They're really solid. And when he goes in the background, or in the back, it's almost half not animated looking, but cartoons, like backgrounds. And they interact like they're at a betting place for a horse, and the lady taking the bets is behind paper drawn bars and stuff. And the horse race is sort of a kind of an animation, whole bunches of different styles.
Wow.
So it looks really neat and it's a lot of fun, but excuse me, part of the way through it just kind of bogs down.
Oh man.
But worth seeing. Thought it was still a lot of fun overall, but he definitely has gotten his chops better since that one.
man.
Bunny and the Bull.
Bunny and the
Bunny
Bull.
and the
What'd you
Bull.
watch that on?
Tubi,
Tubi.
Of course.
where you can find anything.
Anything.
Well, all right, guys. How about we take a little break to
Yeah.
get ready for the big show tonight?
Yes.
I hope you guys brought
Ooh.
your black tie and your gown, Vanessa.
All set.
What?
No.
No?
Just, I have this green hoodie. So
Right.
that's what I'll be wearing.
Don't mix up your
They're in
envelopes. What are you
order.
doing?
Didn't know. Oh, all right. We're
All
gonna
right,
need a
we're going to
break.
take a
We'll
little
be
break.
right back.
Congratulations to The Lord of the Rings with 13 Oscar nominations, and also to Russell Crowe, Nicole Kidman, and other proud nominees of the 74th Annual Academy Awards. Don't miss our full-length coverage of the entire event live Monday, March 25th. The Oscars, live, only on Pearl.
We have returned and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 74th Annual
Oh, wow.
Charles Dexter Awards.
Cue the music.
Big time here. I think it's probably no surprise that I think the Academy Awards are just a fucking... if a nuclear bomb went off during that, I think that the industry would survive and come back much stronger.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
A bunch of millionaires, multimillionaires, some of them billionaires who have been paid an insane amount of money to be on a movie, then get together and congratulate themselves and give themselves trophies for this.
Not
This
even to
is
speak
the
of the
worst.
Academy itself, which is disgusting.
weird.
I hate the Academy.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I will admit, since I was, on watching over mom duty with Dina this year, we did watch them.
Okay.
And as a show, it was far better than it's been in
That's
years.
what I heard. Is this year was
but
actually kind of
it
good.
was still and then Al Pacino giving out the Best Picture thing was kind of hilarious. Where he just did you hear about that? He just kind of old manned it.
Yeah.
I
He's like,
refuse.
I got the envelope, look in the envelope. Well, hey, I'm reading. Yes, my eyes say.
Yeah.
It was
And I think he forgot to list all the nominees.
Yeah, it was
So he just was like, here's the winner. And they're supposed to show like clips from all the movies that
Oh,
are
right.
like potentially up. But nope.
yeah, and their in memoriam was as horrible as it could possibly imagine. It was so bad, but still it's Academy
like-
Awards. So it was like I don't really care. But at
Yeah.
least the show was marginally entertaining.
Low stakes.
It's a dumpster fire, and I hope they all die.
So our awards show though.
All we do here is celebrate the best and sometimes the worst, but we do it with love in our hearts. And so if you guys don't mind, I'll start us off with the
Yeah.
first category,
Please.
Yes.
which is Best TV Show.
Ooh.
Oh,
So
right.
pretend you're seeing now behind me a screen of scenes from our first nomination, The Last of Us. Did you guys like The Last of Us?
Sure did. It was incredible.
Man, that was good.
I
So good.
still haven't watched it.
Fucking A,
I
Eric.
know,
Why are
it's
you even on this
ridiculous.
show?
But what?
Don't worry, we'll get to something that the both of you will say that too as well.
That's true. But still, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's still on the list. Every once in a while, Dean's like, "We need to watch this." Like, yeah, we do.
I hope it wins.
It's so good. Pedro is so good.
Yeah.
I was disappointed to find out that it was signed on for another season because I thought it told such a wonderful story. Unless it's
does.
going to toss out and come back with a new cast of characters. Is that what the idea
Well,
is?
I've played the game, so I don't want to give
Okay.
away what may or may not happen. So I'm just gonna not say anything. But you'll see.
Oh, all right.
Season
Okay.
2, you'll
There
find
you
out.
go.
Our next nomination is Loki.
That had 2 good episodes. Will die on that hill.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah, also didn't see.
I thought
Oh, Eric.
I thought it was okay. I thought the ending was surprisingly big for being in a TV show. As far as the repercussions
Yeah.
throughout the
The Marvel universe.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Tom Hiddleston.
He's great. He's great to watch. And I like Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson,
It's really
yeah.
a joy. There were a lot of people in that weren't great. Unfortunately, the guy who is a dirtbag was pretty good.
Jonathan
in it.
Majors.
Jonathan Majors did a good job.
Yeah.
He's not a good person, but there you go.
Yeah, well. Vanessa, I have news for you. None of them are good people.
They are all
They are
actors.
all horrible people.
I mean, horrible people.
I'm gonna go just by natural ratio. Probably not all horrible people, but I'm gonna say higher than average. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, they're
I
emotionally
think
open
they're-
individuals, which means they're also potentially emotionally stunted in some ways, and
I think
therefore,
that they are probably very nice to each other because They
Yeah.
all can help each other out.
Oh yeah.
So,
There's that,
Absolutely.
yes.
uh,
Plus, I still pretend I'm going to direct a movie someday.
oh, right. Right. Yeah.
Direct.
I've gotten out of that. So I'm like, fuck all these people. I can't wait for you to turn into a real dirtbag once you make it.
That's how I feel becoming like committing to the editor life. I'm like, yeah, I can just fucking slag everybody off. It's so good.
The third nomination is 30 Coins.
Yeah, this one I did see
Yes.
and fucking loved.
It was
I
great.
really, really enjoyed it.
Oh, I
series.
kind of abandoned ship partway in. I guess I got to go back and finish it.
It's really good. I mean, that cliffhanger was like, well, now what?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, the ending was definitely
Yeah. And I thought the effects were a little shoddy this year, but I liked the story, and I love how in love with Lovecraft this series is. I'm
Yeah.
blatantly in love with Lovecraft, and especially the Chaosium designs from the Arkham horror games and stuff like that.
the unequivocal, just combining them with Catholicism and just mixing it all up is like, wow, this is fucking interesting.
Yeah.
And Alex de Iglesias has a strange style.
Mhm.
Sometimes when it works, it's fabulous. When it doesn't, you get some really weird shit. But I just love his style so much
Yeah.
that it just works for me in just about everything he's done.
Yeah, well, it sounds like we're crossing our fingers for 30 Coins. The final nomination is The Horror of Dolores Roach.
I did not see this.
Did not
Did
see
not
this one.
either.
This one's kind of based on a true story, I guess, about a woman who gets out of prison and then she goes back to find that all the people she had kind of stood up for to make sure they didn't go to prison have abandoned her and moved on, and she's left with nothing. And then she ends up starting a little restaurant and killing people and serving them to customers.
Oh,
As
well, all
you do.
right.
So
So is
Based
it
on a true story?
like Texas
ish.
Chainsaw?
Oh God. Ugh.
Based on Ed Gein.
Okay, I have the envelope here with me right
Ooh,
now
all right.
for the
Okay.
best TV show, and the winner is, oh my God, a surprise winner. Fall of the House of Usher.
There you go.
Can anyone deny that this was the best show they watched this year?
It was the best
It
show I
was.
watched.
fantastic.
Far and away the best. One of the best shows I've seen in a very, very long time.
So good.
I know a lot of Poe purists are kind of grumbling about it, but I
Yeah.
thought it was a really nice update and had enough
Yeah.
Easter eggs to all the stories. This reminds me, do you ever think that Edgar Allan Poe's landlord would just get super frustrated with him and go, fuck the police?
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
No.
Oh,
Wow.
Anyway, so
Sorry.
yeah,
that
This
one.
just took me. I have so little sleep in me right now that literally took me
Should I,
way too long.
should I say it again?
No, no.
But fuck the
Oh,
police.
please.
Yeah.
Haha. Funny.
Our next presenter is not that Vanessa Williams,
Oh no.
but this Vanessa Williams.
Ooh, all right. Well, I am going to read off Best General Holiday Horror. We're going to start off with It's a Wonderful Knife, which unfortunately I have not seen.
I have.
How was it, Eric?
Honestly, it got better the longer I sat with it. Thinking about it, I enjoyed it more. But I wouldn't make it. I have to watch Christmas horror movie, but it's
Okay.
fun.
I was disappointed that I think it's an okay movie. I was
Yeah.
disappointed that it didn't have more of a supernatural bent to it.
Yeah.
I wanted the angel to be an angel serial killer.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do a play on It's a Wonderful Life, then
I mean, might as well go full clearance.
Right.
And needed more bells.
right.
Pillow Party Massacre.
I actually know the filmmaker on this one.
Oh, fantastic.
Bizarrely enough, not known, but Kelly put it on in this election particular one, having no idea that it was a guy that I know who his film was in Crypticon Seattle last year, won Best Feature at that festival.
Oh,
Amazing.
congratulations.
And Calvin McCarthy is his name. And for fans of the Amityville, hopefully we'll be visiting him at his Amityville movie when we
Oh.
reach that too.
Fantastic.
gosh.
Fingers crossed, Calvin. And Pillow Party Massacre is a Easter holiday movie.
Dark Harvest.
Ah, I
Pretty cool.
loved this movie.
It's, the more I think about it, the more I really like it. There were a few like weird meandering moments, but so many cool ideas,
Yeah.
like such a fun universe to be shoved into.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
good.
Great
Yeah.
movie.
Well, maybe that one will win. And last but not least, Family Dinner.
Family Dinner was a Thanksgiving horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took place on a holiday.
Okay. I'd like to have 4 this category.
I mean, I think that there's probably other Thanksgiving movies that would be better than this Thanksgiving movie.
Probably. Oh, quick side note. Pillow Party Massacre is an April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day.
Oh, okay.
April Fool's
Good to
Day. I knew
know.
it was
Good
in
to know.
April.
That's right. I got you.
All right. Well, I'm going to open the envelope here.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, it's actually sealed.
Yeah, I don't want people to find out what it is beforehand.
Well, I'm going to read it aloud here, and it says Thanksgiving.
Oh, what?
I know.
Excellent.
I did not expect Thanksgiving. Not
Yeah,
even
another-
the nominee.
So
Another
surprised.
surprise winner.
I was almost shocked that it wasn't listed, and now it's all wow. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a few
Maybe
more acting classes, Vanessa.
Stunning by this bit, huh? You're just diving right into it.
What do you guys think of Thanksgiving?
I did not see it.
Oh, okay.
You didn't see
I
Thanksgiving?
know.
Yeah.
I have heard really good things though.
I think it's one of Eli's best.
That's
Eli
what I've
Roth's
heard.
best.
Yeah.
But-
For sure. I agree. But I think that's because it's so tongue-in-cheek
Yeah.
with everything, and it's clearly a love letter to every Halloween / April Fool's
Yeah.
Day / Christmas Evil and all these. He wanted to make a holiday-themed horror movie,
Sure.
and he was like, what hasn't been done yet?
There you go. Yeah.
Not
It's-
done well, that's for sure.
True. Yeah, he's one of those directors that kind of frustrates me because his love of horror is so obvious.
Yeah.
And his knowledge is ridiculous. And most of his movies are fine. I know there's Eli Roth lovers who love everything he
Yeah.
does, and that I don't find that impossible to believe. But I've always find him okay. This one, really, really good
Nice.
Yeah.
for what it was.
I mean, the
It's-
trailer looked awful to me, but so many
Well-
people have said it's so good.
Which trailer?
And any of the ones I saw, I don't know.
Okay. Well, this is based on the. It was one of the trailers in the Robert
Oh,
Rodriguez Quentin
Grindhouse.
Tarantino.
No,
Double
oh
feature.
no, yeah, no, that would have been probably a much better trailer than
Yeah.
the actual trailers for the actual thing.
Yeah, you couldn't show that trailer on
Right.
YouTube or anything though.
Well,
I have the same feeling about Rob Zombie. I was
Yeah.
like, man, this guy has a clear love for the genre.
right.
Just not the talent to pull off the
Yeah.
movies.
One
Hopefully
of the
someday.
most eloquent human beings love when he starts talking to you and you're in the Museum of Pop Culture in the horror exhibit and you get
Excuse
to
me?
the Eli. No, they had, I don't know if they still do it, but they have these screens
Oh,
where
I-
it's on loop.
I had a
And, like-
very different impression of what you were saying.
Oh, there's on video on loop with different
Yeah.
horror directors talking about the genre. And when Eli Roth came on, I was like, man, this guy knows his shit. And then I was like,
He does.
oh my God, it's fucking Eli Roth? Holy cow. Well, all right. I guess my respect for him went up, but
Yeah, he
also,
really does. All right, so now we've got best Halloween horror. I was like, hold on, this is still a holiday, but it's the holiday. So-
Yes,
Mhm.
Halloween specific.
All righty, so starting with Total Killer,
totally.
Totally Killer, which
Mhm.
have you all? We saw
I
seen this
saw that
movie?
at Fantastic Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't love it.
Yeah,
No.
it's fun. It fits into that same mold that the other movies he does, just not quite as good.
It's a funky time travel / Halloween / 80s romp horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. It tries to do a lot of things. I don't know if it does any of them particularly well.
It's got the girl from
Sabrina.
Sabrina, and I can never pronounce her name. Is it Kiernan? Kieran?
I-
Kiernan Shipka?
Sure.
I think that she is a great actor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also think she's aging out of the 17-year-old. So
I
maybe
sure
let's
hope
start
so.
putting her in adult female roles.
I
That's
don't want
right.
to see her as like the spunky, whatever anymore. I loved her and Black Coat's Daughter the most out
Oh
of
yeah,
everything.
yeah, so
Yeah.
good.
Really good.
So good. But like wherever I'm at with Sabrina, I don't know if I'm in season 4 or whatever. I'm just like, I fucking cannot listen to you talk ever again. And Totally Killer had a similar
my.
tone. So yes.
All right, so
Totally
moving
Killer.
on then. Haunting in Venice, which I have not seen.
It was pretty, I liked it.
I liked it
mean,
too.
Cool.
yeah, it wasn't perfect. The ending was a little weak, but I mean, the journey was really fun. I loved the setting. I loved this kind of concept of it could be supernatural.
They played it out as long as they could.
Yep.
I mean, spoiler, it's not, and it can't be because it's not that kind of movie. But
I kind of,
Sure.
I wish they had just pivoted and gone, yeah, it's ghosts.
right,
But that's okay. That's okay.
man, all-star cast, just
Mhm.
a great flick.
Yeah, cool. I do remember that. Seen the trailers.
Yeah.
Yay. Cobweb.
Ooh.
Nice little more under the radar pick for this.
I think that it's easy to
nomination.
forget with the actual plot of the film that a big chunk of it takes place on Halloween.
I totally, I did
'Cause
forget that. But
remember
yeah,
the kids
show
come
up
in,
with
yeah.
the bunny mask. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought this was a nice, creepy little movie, especially because the parents are so goddamn psychopathic.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Overall, that definitely worked. There's a weird ending aspect to it, but
Yeah.
the movie itself is really good.
Yeah,
So-
solid. Let's see.
Which one will it be?
Oddly enough, this one has less nominations than the general holiday horror, but I'll bet there's a good one in here.
What?
Which is it?
Which
Which will it be?
will it be?
Oh, a return to and a final win for Dark Harvest.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Dark Harvest. Wow.
I didn't expect that at all.
Dark Harvest, the dark horse, since it wasn't
That's
even
right.
on the
It
nominations.
wasn't. And I was like, man, how could this not be in the Halloween list? It's so good.
Well, thank you for not saying it at the time.
No, you're welcome. I'm very good at this.
Yeah, I almost said it for the Hall of House of Usher too. Like, hey, where's
I did no such thing. I bit my tongue very nicely.
Wow, you guys are really committing to this bit, and I appreciate it.
That's right. Okay. Well,
This is the joy of
what-
editing.
well, we talked about that one briefly already, so shall we?
The next nomination, or the next category, is Best Genre Documentary.
Oh man.
nice.
Wow.
I have
Oh,
seen a
God.
couple of these, but I have not seen Monster Inside, America's Most Extreme Haunted House, mostly because Eric talked about it and I was horrified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's rough. It is not a fun watch.
Oof. I've seen the other documentary about the same topic and it was disgusting.
The weird part too. I'd seen those two, and I always found them a
Yeah.
little bit interesting. So the guy is weird and kind of interesting. This one shows so much more about him,
Oof.
and he is so much worse than you think.
And remind everybody what the
About-
topic is.
A guy who runs basically a torture haunted house where you get on a list to get in. You have to pay like dog food to get in,
Mhm.
and then you have to sign big old waiver. It's like a multiple page contract of how you won't hold him liable for all that stuff.
Mhm.
And then he does awful things to you, like drowns you or ties you into chairs and scare. It's just creepy as fuck, man. It's just wrong.
Ugh.
Lovely. The next nomination is Pennywise, the story of it. Have you guys seen this?
No.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah?
Especially if you're the right age. I was a little too old to grow up with the miniseries of it, but
Mhm.
I still enjoyed it fairly well. But kids who are 8 or 9, and that was their introduction to Stephen King. I always love how much they love this movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this is a really nice, in-depth documentary on it, and talks with as many of the actors as they could get.
Oh,
So is it just
cool.
the first miniseries?
Yeah, it's
Dr.
just
Ron?
Oh,
it's
that's
just about the
awesome.
TV miniseries from the
Curry
90s.
version.
I think I found that on Tubi also, so or maybe it's on Shudder now, but it's worth checking if you can find it. The third nomination is Living with Chucky.
Hmm.
Have you guys seen this one?
No.
No. Oh, this is
I
also
know.
really good.
Yeah, it's on my list, but
This is basically a documentary about the Child's Play movies and series and everything. Since it's brand new, it goes into everything. It even touches on the remake movie that came out.
oh wow.
They are very kind when they talk about it. But it's clear that their love lies with other things.
Yes. There you
Oh
go.
dear. Oh
Well,
dear.
it came out. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And I don't know what I
God.
saw this on. This might have been a rental.
Hmm.
Anyway, I have the
The winner.
envelope here
Oh my gosh,
for
who
What
will
is
best
it
going to
be?
happen?
genre
Ooh.
documentary. And it is, wow, hold on, everybody.
Shocking.
La La Land. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It is
It was-
Moonrise.
Satan Wants You,
Oh, yes.
which was the
Oof.
documentary
Oh.
about Michelle Remembers. The
That's
book Michelle
right.
Remembers that's kicked off the entire satanic panic. That is available on Tubi. It is so interesting.
Yeah.
It's crazy what damage that did to America.
Also, not an easy watch.
No, because it talks about basically the woman who remembered through psychotherapy, psychohypnosis, that she had been basically given to a satanic cult and used and as a child raping and all of this stuff going on. And spoiler alert, it turned out to not be true. Not one fucking word of
What?
it. She did
Weird.
end up
Shocking.
marrying her doctor.
Oh.
Who,
Oh, of course.
Yeah, who
Hey.
gave her the psychotherapy.
Yeah. I think
Wouldn't there have been a bit of an age difference as
there
well?
was
Not
was, but not
too much
more.
of an age difference,
Okay.
but he was married at the time that he was doing this to her.
She
so-
was an adult. She
Yeah.
wasn't a kid
Oh,
or anything
okay.
that he
Yeah.
was treating. And I grew up with a psychologist as a dad, and he hated this regression memory thing. He thought it was just pure bullshit.
I think most therapists
Respectable.
do not think that it is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow. All right. Well, the next topic, best comeback.
oh,
We have Eli Roth for Thanksgiving,
Oh,
Oh.
nice, nice.
Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon. Is it really a comeback?
well, I mean,
What does this mean?
it's a return to 3-hour movies that nobody really cares about.
Didn't he do
Oh,
that with that the Irishman or whatever on Netflix like a few years ago?
It was a few years ago, but I think,
Yeah.
I think you're right. He also returned to getting nominated for a whole bunch of shit and winning virtually nothing.
That's
I don't think he
true.
won anything, which is, that's also very much Scorsese.
That is
throughout the years.
Scorsese.
I think you were the only one who saw this movie, right, Vanessa?
Yeah, I did not care for it that
Okay.
much. I am the only person on planet Earth, and I accept this, that did not like it and did not think that I did what so many people are praising it for. I was just like, wow, I get to watch these two dudes talk at each other a lot, and I do not like Leonardo DiCaprio's character at all, and it is insufferable spending that much time with him.
Okay.
But Lily Gladstone,
Yeah.
she's incredible. She's awesome, and she steals the show. So
She didn't win anything this year either, did she?
No.
she didn't, but she was nominated, and that's like one of her first big roles. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucking good
Huh?
for like a newcomer. I don't think there's anything to be mad at for that. Plus, Emma Stone, she did a lot of work in Poor Things. You cannot say that like Lily did more work than Emma.
Sure.
Anyway, and last nominee is Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer.
What?
I liked it. I certainly liked it better than Tenet. I would
Oh,
say that
okay.
he definitely had a comeback with this film.
Look, if you watch Tenet with all of the titles on and with the ability to pause, it's fine.
Oh, that
All
might
right.
have been my problem.
It
Yeah.
was much easier to understand what was happening because you could just see what people were saying instead of
Okay.
trying to hear. That's the mistake.
Okay.
Fair
well,
enough.
fingers crossed for Christopher Nolan.
Oppenheimer, I mean, it did win literally everything else. So
Yeah, no shit.
It'd be nice for him to get something.
That's right.
and the winner is Godzilla -1.
Excellent choice. Well done
Whoa.
for picking
Yay
one
for
up.
Godzilla.
Incredible.
Godzilla had a pretty great comeback this year.
For
You know what? He did.
congratulations for looking at the nominations and go, you guys are all wrong. Here's the real fucking winner. Did you? Okay, going back to the Oscars again, though. Did you see what they did there? The Godzilla folks, every one of them, all the producers, everybody came up onto the stage carrying Godzilla dolls, little toys,
I did see that.
and they all had the heels of their shoes.
did
was
see
all
that.
a Godzilla hand holding
Yeah.
up the heel.
Oh my gosh.
I
So
did
they
see
had
that.
fun with it at
Aw.
least.
That's incredible.
You know that I am a total shoe whore, and even I wouldn't do the Godzilla hand shoe. I was like, that is a little too much, you guys. But I was very happy that they got even nominated, right? What a
So
great time
weird.
to be alive. The Godzilla movie makes it to the Oscars.
Oh my gosh. I mean, come on. Yes, absolutely.
Speaking of Godzilla arriving, how about some best alien arrivals?
Ooh.
Oh,
I like
All right.
this.
this is not this is an odd subject.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's all right. We're odd people.
Okay.
we are odd people. That's true.
Starting off with, another one I haven't seen because of my lack of hero movie watching recently.
Oh,
Guardians of
no.
the Galaxy Volume 3, which I have heard is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, if you like to cry.
Yeah, you will cry.
Oh, that's right. It's got all the raccoon
You will
baby stuff. and
immediately
things.
give a bunch of money to like your local animal charity.
Yeah, that was a good movie. It was a good final movie for the Guardians.
Mhm.
That's cool. Final movie until they decide, we haven't had a hit in a long time. We
Right.
need to do something.
I do like that it ends with the title Star-Lord will be back.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, how about Rebel Moon?
A lot of alien arrivals on this one.
Is this
Zack.
Zack Snyder's?
Yeah,
I did not see it.
still haven't seen it. And you didn't see it either, Eric. It's not as bad as everybody tells you,
Mhm.
which is probably, the best blurb he could get on that.
Yeah, it's been pretty brutal.
Print it.
I think that the second half is probably going to be much better. This was very much a Seven Samurai,
Oh.
Magnificent Seven ripoff in space.
Mm.
So, isn't it like 3 hours long and there's going to be a second one? So
It's-
just make it a miniseries, man.
Well, and here's the weird thing. I listened to an interview with him, and I came out really loving him after this interview.
Sure.
But I still don't understand. He's got an R-rated version of Rebel Moon coming out, and it is going to come out on the same day as Part 2 comes out, which I think is not far from now.
Oh, okay.
And so the R-rated version of Part 1, and then the PG-rated version of Part 2. And he says this R-rated version is going to be a completely different movie.
Oh.
And he basically just laid out his idea that he wanted to make a heavy metal movie, a heavy metal comic
Oh.
as a movie, and that's how he thinks it's going to be.
Why?
Boobs and gore and rock and roll.
Why did he release a PG version at all?
Netflix wanted to have something they could release in theaters,
Oh.
and he then said to them, what if I also do an R-rated version and I can keep it with the same amount of money you guys are giving me? And they said, sure.
Of course.
So,
Wow.
Well, maybe they'll just do a sequel to Blue Beetle then as our next nomination.
oh, Blue Beetle.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no.
I think I was the only one who liked it.
I agree.
It was a solid 3 out of 5. Come on.
I don't know that I would give it that high. I sure would have liked it to have been better. I thought it was just absolutely generic superhero dreck.
Aw.
There you go. Okay, well, then in our next nomination, maybe we'll be more liked with 65.
Oh,
I mean, the cool thing about that is the aliens could not get any better.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
no. He's the
He's
alien.
the alien.
Oh,
yeah.
you're right. Oh, you're
Twist.
right. My brain. Look, man. I'm a little slow today, and that is fantastic.
I think I might be the only one who liked this movie.
I thought it was fun, but
mhm.
it's sort of like that dinosaur cartoon. The really cool, totally gory, in that not a lot of stories going on, but the
Right.
stuff that's going on is fun to watch. So yeah, that was fun.
I hated the kid. I mean,
Well, that's fair.
but I do want to rewatch it because I mean, Adam Driver and dinosaurs. Now that I know and I
Yeah.
can change my expectations.
I challenge you to find a child who is not terrified of dinosaurs when they are suddenly thrust 65 million years
It's
in the
not her
past.
being terrified. It's just like her irritating responses to everything. And she like keeps running off and doing this stupid thing. And I don't know. It's just, she's a MacGuffin. She's just a walking MacGuffin.
Man, I cannot wait for your kid to
Right.
be running off and doing stupid stuff.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
You know what?
Maybe she'll
She is.
scream like that little kid in Aliens.
Oh, Newt.
Noise.
Oh man, she does scream in my ear about 20 times a day. Well, 20 times an hour. Let's be
there you
fair. So
moving along then.
All right.
anyway,
The
she's
winner-
perfect.
Best alien arrival is.
It's trapped in an envelope. No one will save you.
Oh.
Ooh,
You
All
know
right.
what? I'm going to say that's not a surprise because that should have been nominated because it's fucking awesome.
it
Well,
is
I don't
so
know who did
good.
all this shit, but clearly they're pulling a trick on us. I didn't love this movie as much as you did, but I think you liked it this much because you're terrified of alien
Yes,
abduction.
There you go.
I really was worried the whole time that it was going to become one of those movies that I really fear, and it didn't, and it kind of went sideways in a very fun way for me. And then I was like, oh hey, it actually has like a story and an idea, and it circles back to that idea, and oh my god, it's good writing.
Yeah, I did
That's
enjoy it,
exciting.
mainly because of the lead, the performance.
Yeah, she
She's-
did so
She
good.
was so good in it that she moved over some of the weird quirks for me, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a little bit of like, not Wes Anderson, but maybe like Tim Burton-y. Like,
Yeah, the-
I'm so in my own shit. Like, I don't care about that. And the ending was like, but
Yeah.
so much fun along the way.
A little gimmicky with
Yeah.
the no dialogue,
Mhm.
but I didn't mind that. I kind of wanted them to really go for it at the end
Mhm.
and make
Yeah.
it scary or something. And
Yeah.
it did feel Wes Anderson-y at the end.
It just, yeah, it has a weird choice, and I can't say it's a bad choice. Well, no, I can say it's a bad choice.
you didn't like the choice.
I didn't like the choice. All right, and who who's next?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a new experiment thing. I got to go and look at the camera every once in a while.
Oh, sure,
All
making
right.
sure
Well,
it's still good.
the advertisers have warned us about doing 3 hours, so I'm just going to move this along.
Yeah, we don't want to lose
Uh,
our sponsorships.
I'm here to present Best Foreign Horror.
Ooh.
The nominations are
Mm.
Bird Box Barcelona,
Ooh. I did not see it.
Yeah, I did not either. Partially because the first one I was like, meh.
Oh, I like the first
I
one.
thought, I loved the book so much.
Right.
It was just one of my
Mhm.
favorite novels I've read in like 30 years almost. I
Right.
fucking loved it. So it's kind of like, okay, it's a decent interpretation, but
Yeah.
Mm.
This one, very different story, and I commend them for going and not just deciding to tell the same story in Barcelona.
no, cool.
But I think the best thing out of this was I thought to myself, well, Josh Malerman must be getting some money for this, so that makes me happy.
And I do like Spanish horror, so I should check it out. I
Right.
think they do a really cool, unique style of horror.
From Australia, Run Rabbit Run.
Did not see this one
Sounds familiar,
either.
but yeah.
Well, like most Australian movies, it's hard to watch.
I was gonna say,
Oh, okay.
is it a rough ride?
It's a rough ride.
Oof.
I tell you, when you grow up in a country where spiders are gigantic
Yeah.
and every animal can accidentally
Oh,
kill you if
yeah.
you step on it, I imagine that they're just like, we ain't making a movie about spiders. So they're like, let's make it about humans and how horrible we are to each other.
Sure
Okay,
often
good
do.
times.
And finally, from Canada, Infinity Pool.
I keep meaning to see this.
I thought it was good, but not. His previous one was so much better.
I will agree with you there. Visually, I thought it was really interesting.
Yes.
Hmm.
I'll be honest, I don't know exactly what was going on in this movie.
Sure.
Conceptually, I thought it was an interesting idea. I just got tired of a whole bunch of super rich pricks getting away with whatever they wanted to,
Mm.
basically, and
Oh.
facing absolutely no consequences. Like, even kind of in the end,
Yeah.
But I mean, it still looks great. It's incredibly well acted.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie,
Hmm.
but it also does suffer from, man, he made such a fucking great movie before.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So the winner of Best Foreign Horror is, oh my goodness, you guys.
Not
Shocker.
again.
No
When
way.
Evil Lurks.
Of
From
course.
Argentina.
Oh, fantastic.
Ugh,
That-
I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
Oh, God,
Absolutely
no.
not.
That also, I mean, that's like one of the best horror films in a very long time.
It's just so good.
I know some people. Our buddy Carlos, who's not here presenting because he didn't like this movie, he gave it a meh.
He's
he's wrong.
wrong.
Well said.
You know what, though? I don't think he likes Spanish language stuff, so.
That makes a lot of sense. That really adds up.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I think it's just such a cool movie. Again, world building. People are really starting to like experiment with their content and
Yeah.
make these cool universes. And fuck yes,
Yeah.
take us on a journey. Take us to a weird, wonderful place.
I one of the few movies I watched twice this year, and I'll double down on my feeling of this could have easily been an Evil Dead movie and expanded it into, Evil Dead World or something like that.
Yeah, it fit very well into that concept, even though it's darker than most Evil Deads go. And but man, just the idea behind it is so messed up.
And as you watch it and you realize, oh no, they're just going to fail their way through this entire thing. They set up the rules and they're just being broken and broken and you're like, oh, okay, I'm in that kind of movie.
Yeah,
Right.
3 choices in, I'm going, okay, I see what's going on here. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, then this is awesome.
All right. Well, the next topic, the next nominee thingy is Best Film with a Number in the title.
Well,
Ooh, specific.
All right.
Uh, the first nominee, 80 for Brady.
Oh, is it the Tom Brady documentary?
It's not,
not a
not a
documentary.
documentary.
Oh, it's not. It's a
Old
No.
ladies going to see the Super Bowl.
Brady.
My sister liked this movie very much.
Well, that's good.
She's 67 years old.
Okay. Is she a big is she a big Tom Brady fan or is she a big Patriots fan?
I think that she's probably a Lily Tomlin fan.
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
I was gonna say.
Nobody's a Tom Brady fan, are they?
Boston might feel differently.
I did not see this, but I would definitely understand that maybe your sister saw this and liked it, so that tracks.
I think she's only 65. Wait, she might be 67. How old am I? Christ.
Math. Fuck it.
What year is it? Who's the president?
How long have I been sleeping?
The next one, Expendables.
Expendables.
God, what a-
Expendables.
Hi, were the writers when they did this? Guys, I'm going to go beyond drunk. Because if you're drunk, you go, I don't think so. I can't say it. But if you're really high, you go, it's fucking great.
Absolutely.
Expendables.
You know what?
That's why I was so upset that the Threequalizer did not happen.
You know what? This would make a great password.
Don't forget the
I would do.
exclamation point at the end.
Yeah, exactly. I would just add it. Exactly. Add
You
an
turn that
exclamation
S
point.
into a money sign.
Yeah, there you go.
You're right there. You're right there. I did not see this, so
No.
I cannot say.
I was so lukewarm with the first 2 Expendables that I haven't seen the 3 or 4.
So you haven't seen Expendables?
No.
Well, I can say with authority that you don't need to see part 3 to follow what's going on in part 4.
Have no doubt.
Part 4 has the Megan Fox in it, right?
I don't remember that. What I remember is Sly Stallone is really looking old, and I'm feeling kind of bad for him. And there's also something super uncomfortable about a ripped 78-year-old man.
Yeah, there is something weird about
I
that.
mean, he is so good in Tulsa. Let's just stick with
Yeah.
doing that kind of stuff, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Fast X. Hey, it's a Roman numeral.
That's
It
Oh,
true.
works.
my goodness.
Fast X.
10.
I saw this.
Yeah, I know. You loved it so much.
I know Eric saw it.
Oh, I saw it in the theater. It was exactly what I expected.
You were part of the problem.
That's right. I'm okay with that in this situation. I don't see the Halloween sequels in the theater.
Yeah. I gotta say, the even spoiler, even The Rock showing up in the mid-credit scene was not enough to make me feel good about this movie.
Oh
No,
no.
it's not a good movie.
Woof.
But you saw it in theater, you would have loved it. Totally different. No, I can't even say that. But like I said, it's exactly what I expected.
Right.
So
Okay.
All right. Well, the winner of film with a number in the title. Try not to give myself a...
Expendables. Expendables.
Oh my God, you guys. What a shocker. It is Megan
Mithrigan?
Mithrigan.
there you go.
Mithrigan is the winner.
truly one of the surprise movies of this year.
Oh my God.
I don't think anyone's going to
absolutely.
argue that was definitely the best movie with a number in its title this year.
That
True.
was, you know what? Absolutely not. It was definitely the winner.
Equalizer, I'm looking at you. You really could have won an award this year, but
Hit
you
the
blew
button.
it.
I don't know that Equalizer would have been better than Megan though. Megan was so good, and I did not expect from that trailer for it to be basically a Terminator film.
Yeah.
So,
It was pretty
Yeah,
good.
fun. I'm disappointed to see that, it's already got a sequel lined up.
Yeah.
unnecessary,
Regan
guys.
2?
There's a lot of questions to be had.
Yeah. There you go. Put the 2, make it a question mark. All right. So, I mean, if we continue on with our Franksgiving, this year gave us a lot
Oh,
of
so many.
stuff. There was tons of Frankenstein.
Good
So
point.
we have
What
the
do you mean,
best
if? What do
Frankenstein
you mean if
homage.
we continue?
When we continue. Start with Frankenstein Legacy. Don't think I saw this one.
Same.
It's on Tubi.
Of course.
It's brand new.
Is that an endorsement?
Mm, I wouldn't go that far. No, but maybe whoever was making this list needed another Frankenstein movie to put on as a nomination.
That's fair.
Whoa.
That's fair.
Strong words.
Well, what about Creature then? The Netflix series.
Are you guys watching this?
No.
It's really interesting because it is basically just Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And it's told in episodic format. They have rescued Victor Frankenstein, and he is telling them the story. These men that have rescued him, and it's foreign. It's really well shot, and it's very moody, and I like it quite a bit actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
Scavenger's Reign.
No,
sorry, I jumped ahead.
Whoa.
Birth,
Christ.
Rebirth.
What a crazy Frankenstein movie.
Yeah. Birth, Rebirth, which I have seen and is pretty good. It's borderline like melodramatic,
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
you'd say, but it's well done.
I have not seen this one.
And The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster, which I did enjoy quite a bit.
I did too.
keep meaning to see this. Ugh.
Yeah, I did too. This was nice. Although it glosses over the fact that it just basically says, listen, there's obviously no way that you can bring a body back to life with
Right.
electricity. But as long as you throw that out for 100 years worth of Frankenstein movies, we'll all be fine with this Frankenstein idea.
Exactly. Yes.
Mhm.
And it's well done. The lead kid does a great job of holding the movie together. It's really good.
I bet that one's going to win.
The winner. Do you
Come
really?
on,
Okay.
Angry Black Girl. Come
Your
on,
optimism
Angry Black
knows
Girl.
no bounds. Poor Things.
Oh.
Which I still haven't seen, but I definitely will.
Well, and now it's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's available on Hulu.
Yeah, you
Cool.
have no
Excellent.
excuse.
I didn't love it as much as you did, but I thought that it looked amazing.
It's just, stunning to look at. It's such an interesting, I mean, it's definitely the most enjoyable of his films that I've seen.
Right, and I don't think I'm
True.
familiar with his other
The
films.
Lobster,
Even
Killing
from
of a
the-
Sacred Deer.
Right.
Even from
okay.
the trailers, I can see I will enjoy this one more than most of his films because it doesn't have the fully stilted speaking style. that
Yeah,
his
no,
movies have.
really, really neat way that they kind of sewed this together. And even only having seen part of it because I was quite sick while the movie was going on, and I will watch it again and actually see the full thing. I would still give it like a 4.5 stars. I just think it was beautiful, and
was
the acting was
beautiful.
incredible. Just
Nice.
a fun feminist romp.
My God, we matched one with Oscars. Not that it won Best Picture, but it did win.
Oh, I
a
was
few
going to say they had a
Oscars.
Frankenstein homage category.
Yes, it was very weird.
Finally. I've been waiting. I mean, stunts, that would be cool too. But in the meantime,
Oh, don't worry, that's going to be CGI now anymore, so you won't have to have
that's
a stunts
right.
anymore.
They missed their window.
Well, the next category, guys, best animated film or series,
Ooh.
and the nominations are Elemental from Pixar.
Boo.
Yeah, never saw it.
Did not
Yeah.
like it.
It looked bad.
Pixar sequels are, with the exception of Toy Story movies,
This
Or-
isn't a sequel, though,
It's
right?
not a
Oh,
sequel.
it's not? I thought it
No.
was.
It's not
Oh.
Inside Out 2, which is coming out this year. No,
Okay.
Elemental is a fresh film. I know that the filmmaker is very genuine and has a really cool story as to why he made it, but as far as watching it, it was painful and not good,
Alrighty then.
in
Wow,
my
how to
opinion.
get on this list then?
Because you
I
probably
don't
wanted
know.
another.
There was a
Shut up,
mistake
Eric.
made at the Academy.
The Boy and the Heron?
Am I the only one who saw this?
You are.
Probably.
Oh gosh.
And,
Okay.
and I remember you liking it a lot.
No.
Oh, well, I remember it, but
That's what I thought too.
No. I mean, it's really visually stunning. It is, of course, a Miyazaki movie, and he will never retire. Don't let him fool you into thinking otherwise. But it's so nonsensical and it's so strange in the decisions that are getting made. Apparently, if you look at it for an allegory of his career trying to make movies within the system, apparently a lot of things line up, but just watching it for a story, a kid's movie, it makes so little sense. But I wish I'd watched it with the dubbing, because apparently it's maybe a lot better with the dubbed version rather than the
Okay.
subbed.
and it's an all-star voice cast,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
So I'm a little bummed. I think I might have missed out on something there.
next up is a series, Scavenger's Reign, which I thought was absolutely amazing on HBO Max. I talked about
yeah.
it. It's got a very strange, like realistic line drawing animation. And I just was absolutely blown away with that one. I think you ended
Yeah.
up watching that?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's another example. We mentioned world building before, and that,
Right.
Jesus, it's
Right, because they crash
unreal.
land on an alien planet, and it's like the first time I've ever seen a real alien planet
Yes.
where they're trying to figure out how things work and
Yeah.
and all the weird shit that happens on this planet.
That's so fun.
Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Yeah,
God, it's so good.
it's very very good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I still
lot of
haven't watched
fun.
this one yet,
Oh man, you're in for a treat.
It's
When you
fun.
get around to it, you're gonna have a good time.
and it's episodic, right?
It is episodic, and
Netflix too.
yeah, I
right?
don't think it outstays its welcome. I think
No.
each episode's really well earned, and yeah, Netflix. So
Okay, fingers crossed. And the final nomination is Harley Quinn, season 4.
Nomination, man,
I
better win.
yeah, I have not seen this season.
Oh,
Really?
Well,
Oh
I've
man,
seen part of
that
it. I've
was
seen a
so
couple
long
episodes.
ago. I was like, it's
I
about time for
know.
another season to start. It seems, although
I-
it won't because of the strike and everything.
oh, I was
Yeah,
like, yeah,
they're-
you're right,
they're
because this was at the beginning of
A
last
little
year,
bit
wasn't
behind.
Because I think they opened with like a Valentine's Day episode or
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
So
So, well, fingers crossed for all of these. Good luck to all of the nominations
Except for
Except for
here,
Elemental.
except for Elemental
Please
and
don't
the Boy
win.
in there. Oh my God, you guys, a complete upset. The winner is, of course, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Incredible. Oh,
an excellent choice.
you know
Yeah.
what? I can't disagree. Even though I did, if you guys remember, I did get up to pee near the end of the film because I thought from the way the story was going, I had a lot more time. And I got back and I caught the last like minute and a half of the movie. And I was like, wait a minute, what? Because they did not tell people that it was going to be a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that was a surprise to everybody in the theater. Everybody, as soon as that happened, looked at each other and said,
What?
What?
They should have just told us. I don't know why you didn't just tell us. Just say part one.
Right.
Come on.
It's
It
not
would have been
new
fine.
anymore. It's been
Yeah.
done many times.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But still, fantastic.
Still amazing. Still definitely such an incredible.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It's nice that Sony has a Spider-Man property that actually works.
And thank
very
God
true.
they have a property that actually works. All right.
What's the
The
category?
next category. Oh my God. This is going to be a tough one because there can be only so many films that would fit it. Best animated film or series featuring mutants, mayhem, ninjas, and or turtles.
Ooh.
You know what? I don't even want to read all the nominees.
Yeah, I
It's
think
just
you're
such a
good
long
there.
list that it'd just be so difficult to pick one and forget it. It'd take too much time. The winner, though, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Whoa. Did not see that coming.
But it's
Um,
good.
Deserved.
Yes.
I
Brava.
feel a little stupid because I bet against this one winning this category, and there's $1,500 out
Oh
of
my.
pocket.
Oh, rough go there.
You
I
should
do like
never.
that this ended up with Vanessa.
You
Now,
should
what-
how
never.
that
It's
happened?
weird that happens.
And-
I'm a little shocked that occurred, but
Somebody
I'm
loves
so
you.
grateful.
And this
So
one
grateful.
for me, let's see if I have seen any of the movies in this category.
What is
Oh
the
my
category?
God, Eric.
Superhero fatigue is real.
This is not a category you want to win.
Let's see. The Marvels. Nope, haven't seen it.
It's quite bad, but not as bad as everybody says.
Yeah, I think it's pretty tolerable. Probably in the best 3 superhero movies of the year. I can't even remember which all there
Oh,
are.
I've got more.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe some of them will pop up for you, like Blue Beetle, which I believe was previously nominated.
No,
Yeah.
Marvel's is better.
Yeah, I agree.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Quantumania.
Nope,
Pretty
didn't say it.
bad.
Pretty bad. Fun planet at times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty stupid
Even
film.
with Paul Rudd, huh?
Oh,
Couldn't make it work.
he is the high point of the film, and luckily
okay.
he's in almost every scene. But you know, are you going to watch 2 hours and 20 minutes of Paul Rudd?
Right, true.
I mean, yes, but there are many other 2 hours and 20 minutes of
Watch-
Paul Rudd I could watch in
watch,
any other
like,
format.
Anchorman and Anchorman 2 or something like
Even
that,
My
back to
Idiot
back.
Brother is shockingly good.
Right.
That's true,
Right.
it is.
Much more tolerable than this movie.
All right. The Flash, haven't seen it.
Woof.
So fucking bad.
That's
So
what I've
bad.
heard.
So bad. A few fun moments again, but for the most part, especially the ending and the pacing, awful.
Everything about it,
And the
you know,
And the
it's
story.
lovely to see Michael Keaton back in the bat
Keaton,
suit,
so joyful.
and just a real disappointment that he was saddled with this as that movie.
I don't know why the bad guy was. I don't know why they had the multiverse. I don't know. It could have gone in a lot of directions that would have been a lot better, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then next we've got Shazam, Fear of the Gods. Haven't seen it.
Oh my God, this is such a rough category. Any one of these could be a winner.
Quite bad.
God.
I think Vanessa nailed it when she was like, "Who's this movie made for?" It's dumb in a kids movie kind of way, except that there's so much death in it that you're like, I don't want my kids watching this movie.
You just could. They really had no clue.
Yeah.
There's a big whiteboard out there with a question unanswered.
I really
Audience
shouldn't be voting on
question
this
mark.
one, even though I am a member of the Academy. I should not be voting on this because I didn't finish this movie.
all right.
That's okay.
I
You
have
did not
seen
need
none
to.
of these so far.
Oh.
Let's see which one I haven't seen
Okay.
of these wins.
Well,
Ooh.
yeah, any one of these could be the big loser.
I'm gonna go for Shazam. It was
Oh.
really bad.
Another one I haven't seen sneaks in to win Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Oh, definitely.
That one
Yes.
comes by its win, honestly.
Please sweep for me.
Somehow, despite this list, that one is a clear winner.
So bad. You notice that Galaxy or Guardians of the Galaxy didn't make it onto
Yeah,
this because it's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
That one I have
As
to
is
watch.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That one
so-
is good. I did see that one.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse rocks.
Well, we're coming to the end of the show, guys.
Oh my
And,
gosh. Oh no.
this is for
Happy
Best-
ending.
the best handy in horror.
No. Why? Why are we doing this?
Knock at the Cabin.
Oh.
Okay, I do like that.
Brooklyn 45. The hand coming out of the table during the seance.
Right.
Do not remember that.
Did you see Brooklyn 45 yet?
I did not.
But you did, Eric. And you agreed it's
I
kind of
liked
set up
it,
like
but
a
I
like
liked
a
it,
play.
but you setting up saying it's like a play made it much better to watch.
I think it would have been helped a lot by dimming the lighting
Yeah.
and making it feel a little moodier.
Yep.
Knock at the Cabin, I just didn't like.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not a lot to it.
Evil Dead Rise.
liked that one a lot.
There's a lot of hand stuff going on in there, but I can't remember the particular handy.
Yeah,
What?
no.
I am the only person on earth who did not enjoy this movie.
No, you're not.
Really?
Didn't Carlos hate this one too?
Yeah,
Oh, yay. Finally, I agree with Carlos on something.
I'm not sure that should
There
be
can-
something you celebrate.
There can be at least once. And you roll the dice enough times, you're going to land on a D20, right?
But then again, you're not an Evil Dead series like her much
I like the first
at
one.
all.
I like the first one a lot. That was fun.
Which you just watched this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was great. It was ridiculous.
And then finally, Infinity Pool, which had some weirdo hand stuff in it.
Sure.
Okay, this is it for the big category. This is
Ooh.
best handy.
That's handy.
And the winner is Talk to Me.
Hey,
Best
there you
handy
go.
in horror this year.
Yes,
Definitely.
amazing.
And several of them in one movie. Several handies.
Right.
Oh,
Sure.
best use of hand I have seen in a long time. I'm not gonna lie.
We watch different movies, but I don't know I'd go that far.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I do not have very much to compare this to, but I will maintain that line in my life.
Well, as the credits are rolling on this wonderful episode, there were some categories that we had talked about, and then I didn't have time to research. I don't know if anybody's got, like, I know that Eric had a best clone category.
Yeah, but there's only one answer.
It's sort of like the Ninja Turtle one.
Tyrone.
Tyrone, yeah. Great
Best
movie.
clone, Tyrone.
We had stuff like best exclusive to streaming or best Shudder film. The one that
When
I liked
Evil
here,
Lurks.
right. The one that I liked here was 3 thumbs up from all of us, and there were a couple of those, but I think Talk to Me is probably one that I was just really blown away by.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I didn't have high expectations, and God, it still freaks me out thinking about that movie.
Yeah. I might have to watch that one again.
Solid one.
This one I think one of you had suggested, but I couldn't think of any. Best compilation film. So this is like an anthology?
I mean,
I thought of
VHS.
that, and then looking up, there's really not a lot that came out this year. There's Hispanic.
Satanic Hispanics.
But
Yeah.
just not a lot of them.
Right.
And VHS?
Did a VHS come out this year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
And one of the better ones, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
VHS 80 something, I think.
And then a couple here that Eric had winners for.
But
I was trying to find a category to fit them in. Like,
exactly, yes.
best movie was Strange Greek Live Music, which he gave to Minor.
Which you can see at the upcoming Bone Bat Film Festival here
Right.
in Seattle.
Ooh,
Right.
That's fun.
But I was like, I'm going to have to do a lot of research to find other nominations for this category, and I just don't have the time. I'm writing a book, you guys.
You write a book about movies with Greek music in it.
Best horror
Research.
musical you can watch on YouTube.
Wow. What was that going to be?
That
Evil
was
nerds
Nerdy Prudes.
Prudes must die. Yeah.
Nerdy Prudes Must Die.
Wow.
And then most promising sequel that will lead to more movies, The Wrath of Becky.
Yes,
I still haven't seen The Wrath of Becky.
Same.
it's fun. It's. I like the first one better, but it's got a good follow up. In the end, you go, okay, I want to see where this goes now.
Do you have to see the first one to enjoy the second one?
Yeah, well, not really. I mean, they're very similar films. It's just
Oh.
better executed in the first one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like the first one. So you like this one better than the first one?
No, I like the first one better, but
Oh.
I think this is a good, solid sequel. But the setup at the end makes it look like, where the hell are they going next?
Interesting.
So,
Huh.
Well, that's it for our award show, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for playing along.
Absolutely. And if any of our listeners out there have thought of other categories or things that they would like
or favorite
to
movies
discuss,
you'd like that we didn't talk about,
things that you think would have fit some of these categories, please post about it. Join our conversation in Strange Eons Radio Talk. on
I'd
Facebook.
imagine there's probably 7 or 8 more Frankenstein adaptations this year. You could let us know about.
There are. I picked the ones that looked like you should maybe
Watch.
give them some time.
Sure. There's always going to be a lot of Frankenstein movies. I was like, I know what the winner would be this year, but
Right.
we're not in 2024 yet.
Okay, guys. So, yeah, join us on Strange Eons Radio Talk,
right.
which is our Facebook page, which has a lot of fun stuff going on there.
Yep.
People with similar and different opinions. So
Bring them on.
Hmm.
And then you can also call the Strange Eons Radio hotline, which is 253-237-4267. 6. Leave us a message. Let us know that we can play it on air, and we will most likely do that.
Yeah.
Odds are really good.
Odds are very good, unless you do what I did and call using my phone, and then it's unusable. And you guys tell me it's very bad quality.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah. So don't do that.
Right. Okay, and then also thanks to everyone who's participating in the value for value model, which is if you got some value out of this, give some value back. We don't decide what that is. You decide what that is. Maybe that just means you're liking and sharing posts. Maybe that means you're part of the monthly subscriptions. Thanks to everybody who's doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
And also, somebody write and tell us or call and tell us what they think about this. Is this something we should keep doing? Because I am not sure I'm cool with this, but
It's pretty fun.
I think the more we do it, the more comfortable it'll become. But
Yeah.
this is definitely weird at this point.
yeah. I know we're doing at least one more like this
Yeah.
next week.
Shockingly.
Tune in.
It's a great idea, Kelly. Roll with it, Kelly.
All right, guys, that's our show for this week. We'll see you in 7 short days, and we are coming back to our regular stuff. The timer will be out, and we are talking hauntings. See you next Thursday. Transportation and other considerations for Strange Eons Radio, produced by Pan Am Airlines. When you think of traveling, think of Pan Am. You can't beat the experience. Guests of Strange Eons Radio stay at Econo Lodge Everett. It's an easy stop on the road, you know what we mean. Strange Eons Radio is recorded live in front of a studio audience. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving us a positive review on your favorite podcast app. Sit, Ubu, sit.
I didn't know. Oh, all right. We're going to need a
we're going
break.
to take a
We'll
little
be
break.
right back.